Hey, this is Dan from Guitar from the Heart, and today we're going to be looking at the G major chord. Hey, what up? G major. Possibly every guitarist's favorite chord, at least for a season. Possibly still one of my favorites. G major is a major chord. Let's bang out the music theory stuff. So, while I let my annoying cat go to the other room because she's spoiled like that. No, she's not annoying, but she is. G major is a major chord. And we said in the last video on C major that every major chord has the chord formula 1, 3, 5. So what you got to do is go to the major scale, G major, find what notes are the 1, the 3, and the 5. There's the 1, 2, there's the 3, 4, there's the 5. Right? So what notes do we have here? We have G, we have B, and we have D. G, B, D. So G, B, D are the notes of any G major chord. So any guitar, piano, whatever instrument you're playing, any G major chord is going to have the notes G, B, and D, with G in the root. You have B as your third, which is a major third interval, and you have D as the fifth. So we can come up with different Gs, right, by knowing this information, by memorizing where they are and their shapes and whatnot. And they're all over the place. We're going to go through the three most common today. We're going to do the open G chord. We're going to do the 6-string rooted bar chord and the 5th-string rooted bar chord. And let's do it. So we have, in the open position, hopefully you can see that well, we have here, let's give you the notes, the frets. We have the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string playing a G. We have our index finger playing the 2nd fret of the A string, which is a B. We're going to play the open D string. We're going to play the open G string. We're going to play with our ring finger the 3rd fret of the B string, which is a D, and we're going to use our pinky to play the 3rd fret of the G string. Together, and you should be able to get everything to ring out like that, you know, with some practice. In the beginning, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna hear buzzing, you know, you're gonna hear that. You wanna try to have this kind of a curling motion where you're coming over and you're coming straight down onto the strings in a curling motion, if you will, like that. And come over the strings to press your respective frets. It's a challenge, it's going to take time. Make sure you keep all your wrist area and your hand and everything as relaxed as possible. In the beginning, your fingers are not going to be able to do the motion because you've never played a G chord in your life. You know, I mean, understand this about playing instruments. This is just an aside about technique for beginners, but it applies all the way to like pro level when you're learning something new. our hands have phenomenal capabilities and they're fine instruments, if you will. But any fine motor skill is going to require a lot of patience to train, and for your hand and your fingers and all the little muscles and nerves and whatnot that make up this masterpiece of a hand, it's going to take time for all those components to train and learn how to coordinate to do what you're asking them to do. So when you're learning a new skill, be patient. Don't beat your hand into the motion that you're trying to do. Don't force it into place with brute force, because you're just going to hurt yourself. Try to do it slow and easy. Get it to where you can keep doing it wrong and on trial and error until you're getting it to actually work once. You feel like, oh, that's how it's working now. Now it's not. Now I'm not muting out the string by accident. Okay, that's what it's supposed to feel like. And then just relax. Go back. Try to repeat what that felt like. Try to get it again. You'll probably mess up 10 more times. But you keep doing this process. Get your fingers in position, nice and easy. You're staying relaxed. With this chord, you can keep your thumb low, or you can curl it over the top. The main thing is to stay relaxed in this area. This is where you could get carpal tunnel if you're squeezing things too hard, okay? Should be nice and easy. And when I fret these notes, I'm putting like barely the motion, like the amount of force you would use to lightly press a doorbell or something like that for each fret. It's really not a lot of force, okay guys? Be patient until it comes together. Anything that's really worth it is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of repetition. But the effort you want to exert is the effort of patience and of really studying the movements and finessing them. Not the effort of just, I'm going to force this in here. You don't want to do that, okay? Anyway, I get that off my chest because, I kind of hurt myself too as a beginner trying to do stuff too hard. But I'm fine now because, I did what I'm telling you to do. So, let's examine these notes of this G to see if they're all G, B, D. G, that's a B. The open D string is a D. So right there we have a G major chord. The third string repeats a G. So now we got two G's playing. And then with a ring finger we're getting that a D. G, B, D. D is the fifth, right? And then a G again. There's another variant of G where you just, instead of playing with these, you could just kind of move your ring finger down and play like this. Just a high G string and play the B string open. That is also a G major chord, and it's the one I learned first actually. I used to like to play it like so with my pinky and just leave this finger open. But I found with time I don't like it as much. It's a matter of preference. But it's also a G. And it's just as legit as the one I'm showing you because it has the notes G, B, D. We just take that one note, which is a D, and when we pick up the finger, right, and we play like that, now we're playing a B. So we swapped out one D for a B, but we have G, B, and D playing with G, B's, and D's repeating still, so it's still a G major, right? Just in case that's ever confused you. I know it confused me in the beginning because I'm a little slow sometimes. Okay, so there's our G. Let's take a look at the bar chord. And the bar chord, let me show you how I think about actually playing a bar chord with good form. Let's take our middle finger, since we're on this topic, right, of like having good form and not hurting ourselves, right? take the middle finger and play the 4th fret of the G string. Nice and easy, like just like you're barely touching a doorbell. Then we're gonna take our ring and pinky fingers and come down to the 5th fret of the 5th string and 4th string. So if you can imagine you're playing that nice and easy, right? Then as easy as possible, you're just keeping it there, not pressing with any more force, and then these come down just enough. You're gonna feel you're gonna need to put a little bit of the weight of your arm. Not pull, but just when you put them there, you're gonna feel that urge you wanna squeeze. Instead of squeezing, squeeze ever so slightly, but kind of let the weight of your arm, of like all of this, just kind of let it just fall into place nice and easy. And then the bar comes across all of the 3rd frets. And I remember I was commenting to one of my viewers, one of you guys, in the comments. I think it was Scoot44. This guy answers like he comments on every one of my videos. Thanks, man. It's really encouraging. Let me tell you. But anyway, you have here. I was mentioning that you can actually do this bar chord with no thumb, because what happens when we're playing a bar chord? I'm trying to show you this close if I can. When we're playing a bar chord, we got our thumb in the back, right? Kind of like not even with the bar, a little bit more towards like the middle finger. I don't know if you can see that, more towards the middle finger, not quite, but like in between is where your thumb should be. And the urge is to just like just squeeze it out, right? To get those notes to ring out. But guess what? You could actually, and I can't really do this like this, but you can play this with no thumb. If you do it right. You can play other bar chords too. Just wanted to kind of demonstrate that, because the thumb isn't what makes it happen. It's correct form on what's happening on the front of the neck, okay? And I think I'm going to do a whole video on that because I think it's important enough. But sometime in the future, let me know if you want it. Let's review the notes of this chord. This video is getting kind of long. Let's review the notes. We have here G. We have a D for our 5th. G again. This here is, I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. This is another B. So we got G, D, G, B. This is a D, and this is a G. So we have 1/3 here. And the rest is roots and fifths repeating. For a G 5th string, quickly, come to the G on the 5th string. You're going to bar these 3 notes here, 2 frets higher. Right, so notice where I have my thumb, okay? Because I'm not really using it to do this bar chord. Okay, let's look at the notes. G, D. 12th fret here is going to be a G again. And we have a B again. Okay? G, D, G, B. So the 3rd is here. Root, 5th, root, 3rd. So it's a G. If we find a G over here on the D string, D, E, F, G. That's another cool voicing for major chords where you just play this diagonally. 5th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret on the 4th, 3rd, 2nd string. And And then you could bar this top note too and play these both. So it's really like an F major chord. Or you could just play it. It's a cool way to move around major chords. Alright, and one other note for, if I may, I know I've kept you for quite long, is just when you have these chords, move a finger around here or there. You get different cool, interesting sounds, and those are called extensions. It's whenever you add another note that's not the 1, the 3, and the 5 to a major chord, you have like an altered chord or an extension. And those are really cool. Once you have the regular chord down, you can mess around with moving fingers around and get cool sounds. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Any other chord that you want to learn about, let me know in the comments. Play the guitar from the heart. I'll see you. Oh, and have fun with that, of course. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.